Hello, dear friends. We are in the age of impatience because we want it all now, but everything takes time to manifest itself. Opinion piece, impatience, final confrontation, critical point in July, cosmic struggle on Earth. What are they waiting for? They may force the process. Dangerous and risky scenario. Let's start. We are waiting for a journalist to ask a definitive question. What are they waiting for? They can add this at any time, simply by asking Potters, right? We may have to force this. This is the content of a brief Delta message from the unmentionable letter. Impatience is the restlessness produced by something that bothers us or that doesn't quite arrive. Steve Quayle claims that the recent Supreme Court victories over injunctions, the Biden auto-pen scandal, and the attacks are setting us up for difficult times. Quayle thinks these people are infused by and instructed by demons. That's why the whole world is going into crisis, and that will bring about a single global financial system. Close quotes. Quayle argues that the financial system is on the verge of collapse. Look at insurance companies and the large investment houses. They all have large investments and are heavily loaded with commercial real estate. When the underlying capital on which the loans were made fails, it's as if the dominoes are already failing. People only pay attention to the stock market, but it's in the bond market where all the power resides. The global financial landscape is dangerous, risky, and as Gerald Celente said, when all else fails, they take you to war. Close quotes. Critical point. All of this will come to a head in July. Something important is expected to emerge at the BRICS summit next week. 1,900 scientists say weather change is not caused by CO2. How will the next financial crisis unfold? Turbulence from external natural events could trigger a market crisis, according to the Financial Times. The global economy is facing a pivotal moment. Trade tensions and conflicting geopolitical risks posing deep flaws in the global financial system, according to the Bank for International Settlements. Dead calm. According to Steve Biko, our time to lead the new era is approaching. All is calm again just days after a surprising attack on 3 Iranian facilities. However, Iranian paramilitaries are reportedly resuming their pattern of citizen repression. The big question is the role of Reza Pahlavi. How can they afford to continue their wars? Is this a bad dream we are having, or have we come to the wrong planet? This is the right life as Earth ascends to Christ consciousness and leaves behind all those who have rejected the opportunity. Matthew Watt said, in quotes, "Your limitations are being reversed by the increasing intensity of light in the bodies that absorb it. In fact, your ticket to travel is the absorption of light that comes automatically by living according to divine will. The absorption of light comes by living according to God lines. Those who live will have refused to live according to God lines. Ascension is not exclusive, but inclusive. You have to exclude yourself by living in harmful and malevolent ways. Everyone behind the scenes supports us and helps us in any way they can." Close quotes. So, no, We haven't come to the wrong planet. We are here because we said we would come to anchor love in these turbulent times, and we may not find much agreement or support from the awakened world for the work we do or the opinions we hold. At least not yet. We need to support and encourage each other. Archangel Michael once said that the family of missionaries of light would expand to encompass the entire world, and I suppose that then more and more people will join the community of light until we are one family and one path. Thus, our time of understanding is approaching. Our time of leading into the new age is also approaching. Curious. Radio signals are discovered under the Antarctic ice. Urban light makes plants grow longer. Chinese scientists turn 6G technology into a powerful anti-aircraft weapon. The new system can repel an attack from stealth aircraft such as the famous F-35, while simultaneously maintaining its telecommunications capabilities. Missing matter in the universe found. A team of astronomers from the Caltech and the Center for Astrophysics at Harvard and the Smithsonian Institution has directly detected and accounted for all the missing matter for the first time. The acoustic rainbow arrives. Scientists manage to decompose sound as if it were light passing through a prism. A new study manages to separate sound into different directions as if it were light, using 3D printed physical structures. USA. The White House and the Treasury are surrounded by an anti-climb fence. The House of Representatives bans WhatsApp over data security concerns. The tone of the dialogue between Russia and the US gives hope for real change. Middle East. President Trump says a ceasefire will be reached in Gaza this week. Israel orders mass evacuations in northern Gaza. The last Christian town in the West Bank attacked and besieged by Israeli settlers. The cruelty of war is the result of a process of dehumanization. Economy. Trump says he will only appoint someone who cut interest rates as Fed chair. Platinum's perfect storm. Gold and platinum reaches record highs, driven by a perfect storm of geopolitical turmoil and uncertainty. China's digital yuan fails. China's economy is plummeting with no end in sight, says Kyle Bass. Europe. Sanctions against Russia raise natural gas prices by 150%. European stock markets are benefiting from optimistic about the US-EU trade situation. Explosion of artificial intelligence jobs in Europe. Ireland leads the increase. German police raid 170 homes over hate speech and insults to politicians. Spain. The IBEX recovers 30,900 points after rising 0.86% for the week. Spain could ruin EU-US trade negotiations. Trump says he's convinced Spain will end up spending 5% of its GDP on defense. Trump says the EU is very unpleasant, but that they will learn to respect the US. Americas. The Pentagon creates a new 400-kilometer buffer zone on the Texas-Mexico border. The Mexican National Guard increases its presence by 75% in 6 years. The US Treasury sanctions Mexican banks for collaboration with drug trafficking. The Mexican Treasury acknowledges that the banks under investigation have financial problems. Mexican authorities ordered the intervention of banks sanctioned by the US. Mexican foreign minister holds talks with US anti-gun violence activists. The Milei government receives the IMF to review the agreement's goals. Panamanian teachers will extend their strike due to lack of dialogue with the government. The BRICS Bank opens its door to Colombia. S&P downgrades Bolivia's credit rating due to political divisions. The IMF's recommendations to Bolivia will not be accepted by the population. The Ecuadorian prosecutor's office is seeking 13 years in prison for former Vice President Glass. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.